watched First Take for the first time in a long time.
God.
Oh man, it was the worst. Where they were talking about the Geno Smith situation, and oh man, it was pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Yeah, I can't even watch sports. First Take, man. One, I'm usually on the job. Two, when I do watch it, my head just starts hurting like 10 minutes into it. It's so bad. I mean, Carrie Champion, she makes it a little better, but other than that, I don't know. But yeah, but even worse than First Take, I'm just gonna throw this out there, and he is a victim. I don't know if any of you have Sirius Satellite Radio, but Stephen A. Smith has his own show on one of the sports networks, and it's like the conservative sports network, so it's like a bunch of racists on this channel, because it's literally like the Fox News of sports. It's like this super racist. But they gave Stephen A. Smith a show, and he's always on there talking about black people. It never fails. And one day, this is how I found the show. He was talking about how he's sick of people online calling him a coon and Uncle Tom, and he was just going off. It was so funny, but so that's even worse. So if you didn't think it can get any worse than First Take, Stephen A. Smith has his own like 2 or 3 hour show on satellite radio.
Oh Lord,
man.
Man, and
yeah.
Also the Tom Brady thing came up, and Stephen A. Smith kind of buck dancing Tom Brady on this First Take episode.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty disgusting. Man, oh whoa, yeah. Also, there was something else. Oh, Fox News. You mentioned Fox News. So I'm of the opinion now that CNN is far more racist than Fox News. I was on vacation this week, right? So I was kind of flipping through the channels, and I looked at Fox News and then CNN, and their coverage of Donald Trump and kind of the abortion issue and stuff. So I was on Fox News, and they were talking about Donald Trump's and that issue about Planned Parenthood and stuff. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to flick the channel. The very next channel was CNN, right? Now, this was Don Lemon's show. And it had 2 rather unrefined black females. And I guess their little slogan was "Stump for Trump." And they were kind of talking in like these very stereotypical black dialect, and you had Don Lemon on there, kind of like, "Oh yeah, I see." And I turned it back to Fox News. I was like, I can't take it. CNN, in my opinion, CNN is far more dangerous than Fox News when it comes to. Man, I was just like, whoa.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's dangerous because what we've been talking about all call long is the refinement piece. Like, it's so refined, you think you're going to get one thing, and then it's like the double whammy happens. You get something completely different. And that's why I think it's more dangerous. I mean, they're both dangerous, don't get me wrong, but yeah, absolutely, CNN does have this level of refinement to it that can definitely confuse people who already are very confused. So.
Yeah, the level of confusion and refinement was the kind of the breaking point for me. Like I said, I turned it back to Fox News. It was so bad. I was just like, I can't watch this. But I was trying to keep abreast of these political events while I was in my hotel room. I was just like, oh Lord, I don't even know how anybody watches CNN. Like, I don't know how that network passed itself all this news. It was pretty intense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely entertainment. More than news. It's there to just capture your entertainment as much as possible. But back to Andrea's question about sports, we had Geno Smith. Geno Smith is a quarterback. He's in his second year quarterback in the NFL, plays for the New York Jets. He got punched in the face by a teammate. Both are black males. Black male teammate punched him in the face, broke his jaw, and Geno Smith is going to miss a significant amount of time this year due to this incident. Now, the reason why Geno Smith was punched in the face was because allegedly he owed this black male $600 for not showing up to a charity event that the black male had paid for his plane ticket for him to come. He didn't show up. Black male had reached out to him to figure out what was happening, get his money back, and apparently Geno Smith didn't respond. So the black male took it upon himself to get even with Mr. Geno or something and decided to punch him in the face. Yeah, and this has been interesting for various different reasons, and a lot of them do involve racism, is that the New York Jets football team has had a history of just all type of just weird and strange incidents that have happened, and the way that they have kind of responded to these incidents has been different. A couple of years ago, they had all white sports fans, one of their gods besides Tim Tebow, Brett Favre. Brett Favre had a scandal. They've just had all different types of just random things happen.
Bizarre, yeah.
Yeah, bizarre things, right? But this Geno Smith thing this is where the racism for me kicked in, was the response to him being punched in the face. A lot of people are happy that he was punched in the face and got his jaw broken because they didn't want him to be the quarterback of the team in the first place. So they're hoping, yes, so they're hoping that this is going to be kind of a smooth exit for him off the team for some white quarterback to take his place. And they have two white quarterbacks that are unproven in the league and are just as bad as any. I mean, these are really two third-string quarterbacks his backups are. But that's where the racism comes in, is that usually when something like this happens, white people will be up in arms. Oh, we need to get some control in these locker rooms, and these thugs need, more training and blah, blah, blah. But this has been celebratory. Like, they've celebrated this guy getting punched in the face. I don't know. Any other thoughts or comments or things that you guys have heard about this?
Yeah, I have an addendum to that. So to, I guess, kind of to give some context, Geno Smith he's young, but he's a very average quarterback. He's not very good. But to that end, I think one of the largest things in white supremacy is that, to be average is to be bad if you're black. The age-old adage that your grandmother would always tell you have to work twice as hard to get half as far. So a lot of the criticisms of Geno Smith are, in my opinion, unwarranted. In the fact that he is what he is. He's not a very good player. He's not a very bad player, but they make it seem like he's terrible. And one of the things that they always knock is his so-called decision making. And this came up as a hot topic during this whole incident, where they said, "Oh, well, this is just another testament to his bad decision making, blah blah blah. This is how he always is. He's not very smart." Like that's pretty much the sentiment that I got from the talk around this. So just kind of these one, to be average and black is a terrible thing, and number two, that it has to do with some lack of mental capacity on Geno Smith's part.
Greetings. This is Universal Jones from thecodeconnection.org. Thecodeconnection.org is a catalyst of constructive information. We are aiming to make it easy for you to find live constructive programming, find constructive programs that are going on in your area, and a platform for you to share constructive content. So if you're someone who's seeking more information on how to implement code, come to thecodeconnection.org. Also, If you're a person who's seeking a platform to share your attempts at producing justice, thecodeconnection.org is a place for you. So, go to the site, sign up for the newsletter, join the forum. Don't be a spectator, get engaged. Thecodeconnection.org, thecodeconnection.org, thecodeconnection.org. It has been time.